Did you know that since 1933, the United States has been largely a socialist and communistic country? Let's break this down. Now, let's go back to 1933 when Franklin Delano Roosevelt started implementing socialist programs under the auspices of being welfare. Now, during this era known as the Great Depression, the people gave up their power in order to be protected by the government due to the crisis that was surrounding the nation at the time. And this is where mistake number one happened, because the people should never be too dependent upon the government for anything. Because during that time, during that national crisis, the people were essentially giving up their sovereignty and their power in order for protection and to be taken care of by the government. And did you know since 1933, we have always been under a national emergency? The reason for that is because under national emergency, Congress grants the president extra constitutional powers for them to so-called operate the country. And that abrogates the fundamental principle of separation of powers. Book reference. Emergency Powers Statutes. Report of the Special Committee on the Termination of the National Emergency, United States Senate. November 19, 1973. Since March 9, 1933, the United States has been in a state of declared national emergency. These proclamations give force to 470 provisions of federal law. These hundreds of statutes delegate to the President extraordinary powers ordinarily exercised by the Congress, which affect the lives of American citizens in a host of all-encompassing manners. This vast range of powers taken together confer enough authority to rule the country without reference to normal constitutional processes. Under the powers delegated by these statutes, the President may seize property, organize and control the means of production, seize commodities, assign military forces abroad, institute martial law, seize and control all transportation and communication, regulate the operation of private enterprise, restrict travel, and in a plethora of other particular ways, control the lives of all American citizens. And if you search for a list of national emergencies in the United States, what will pop up is a list of all the former presidents that issued national emergencies or declared national emergencies, and it shows you which ones are still currently in effect. And this list goes on and on from past presidents all the way to the present. So if you ever wondered why there's been a war on terrorism, the war on drugs, the war on this, that, and the other, this is why. So the extraordinary or extra constitutional powers that was granted to the president during this time gave way for him to implement socialism by way of welfare. So the welfare state or the welfare system is really just a Trojan horse. Book reference. Socialism kills. The doctrine of socialism is collectivism. It tears down the social structure, weakens individual responsibility by subjection to or reliance upon the state in all material, social, and political matters. It compels the thought that at his best, man is no better than the worst. He loses his self-respect and his keener sense of moral and ethical value. Ambition is nullified by restriction of choice and occupation and reward of attainment. Initiative, the very backbone of all progress, is smothered in a morass of impersonal service, mass servility, and mob inertia. But under welfare, this is how socialism has slipped in.